It is a nuclear arms race, except replace nuclear with NIL. And it's Oklahoma State versus West Virginia at the top of the Big 12. Move over, BYU and Texas Tech. This is the Dos Grande squad.
You're talking ball with the Big 12 squad. From Oklahoma State to Utah, from Kansas State to BYU, from Houston to Texas Tech, it's the local experts of the Locked On Podcast Network bringing you scoops, breakdowns, and the most comprehensive preview of the upcoming Big 12 weekend. Buckle up, it's the Big 12 squad, and we have a seat for you. No hurt feelings and thin skin allowed. Squad up, you're part of the Big 12 squad.
Happy Thursday night, everybody. And she does say in the intro we're previewing a Big 12 weekend. I guess we'll talk some baseball again today, but we will start with Mountaineer Ball, Locked On West Virginia. Jake Hatch, Locked On Cougs, talking all things BYU. Locked On Cougars, because Locked On Cougs is Parker Ainsworth, Houston. Cody Stovall, Locked On Oklahoma State, and Drake Toll with you from Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making our shows your first listen every single day. Before we get to the baseball, we're recording on Monday night. So at this point, I still have my DeBonza Peterson tracker up as we speak. And there are even like Cody's got a few. There are examples across the board of guys who haven't declared for the NBA draft yet. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. My crystal ball doesn't show me that. What it does show me is Oklahoma State, the men, the women, the children. Something about what's happening in Stillwater right now, it's kind of insane. Cody Stovall, Mountaineer Paul, move over BYU and Texas Tech. It seems like you two are in a massive NIL arms race.
That's right. Move over, BYU. You ain't got the dollar bills to compete with the cowpokes down in the middle of America.
Watch it. They'll come after you, Cody.
Oh, there he is. He's alive. No, realistically, this is great. It feels nice. I don't think we have BYU money, but what we do have is more money than Utah, and that feels really, really good today, fellas. Really good.
Paul, I want to get to you next, obviously, because I'm calling it kind of West Virginia, Oklahoma State. I've crossed over with both you guys recently, and look, it is the grass is very green in both of those locations right now. Hatch, does it feel like you look across the side of the conference like, oh man, I'm jealous of those guys? Because the Portal Hall out of BYU is right up there with the best of them.
Well, sure, the Portal Hall for BYU is pretty good so far, but they have a glaring hole at center, and I'm just not 100% convinced of what they're going to do because they're chasing this Italian center who could wait until the week before the NBA draft before he decides really anything with regards to his future. And at that point, the portal could be picked over 3 times at that point. But yeah.
Hold on, Hatch, you say in regards to his future, and again, this is Monday night at the time of recording, but there is still a belief that it actually could happen. DeBonza comes back.
Drake, I love you, but AJ DeBonza is not coming back. Sorry. Yeah. I would love the idea of it. Trust me, it'd be great for business, but the amount of money he's in line for, endorsements included in the NBA world, BYU can compete with that for 1 year, but they can't compete with it for the 4 years he'd be getting as a rookie in the NBA.
And
go ahead.
As we outlined before, he'd also be a year delayed to his second contract, which would be impossible to match. Like
that's we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars at that point. So that's kind of the rub there. But to your point, Drake, BYU's doing a good job in the portal, but I actually like the fact that Oklahoma State, West Virginia, these programs are stepping up and stepping to the plate because you mentioned the fact, move aside BYU and Texas Tech. Well, let's be honest, the Cougars and the Red Raiders have been kind of carrying the banner in terms of being the big money programs in the conference. It's good to see other programs stepping up because it only ups the competition level across the league.
Yep.
Was that at me? I didn't. My hands are. I'm sorry. I dropped the weapon. I'm on your side, Jake. I'm on your side.
Started flexing his wallet, talking about competition, like Kevin Young's beaten Kelvin Sampson one time. Hadn't happened. Won't happen.
There he goes.
Won't happen.
For the Locked On Big 12 or the Locked On Cougs listeners out there who aren't up to code with what West Virginia is doing right now, it does feel like that is up there with Oklahoma State for one of the brands in the last month who are making the most noise both on the court and I would say even on the football field.
Yeah, we're excited. I think what Oklahoma State's doing right now may be a cut above what most everybody else is doing. Obviously the usual suspects, but as far as momentum right now, Oklahoma State's doing really well. West Virginia, is coming in right behind there. Specifically basketball, obviously, we feel really good about Landon Mosilla. I think a lot of people do. We were very lucky that we had a relationship there to kind of get that one sealed up, as well as being a former teammate of incoming 5-star Miles Sadler. That was a big deal for us to get that. Another Bella Vista guy is on campus today as well. So we'll see if we can wrap him up. And then we are obviously, as I reported earlier, very luckily, because of Ross Hodge and the relationships he's been able to forge, because we finally got a coach for 2 years in a row, we can actually go meet up with more than, just that prayer donor like Pat McAfee had to do for Rich Rod in year one, or you've actually got some relationships where you can come up with an X amount of dollars, right? So West Virginia's been able to kind of do that, get some momentum here to finish strong in basketball. And yeah, obviously football, the spring game or festival just happened. Jake Owen was there. Your guy, Charles Wesley, was with Ren Baker and company after that singing. So it's always been well on that front, obviously. And the word out of the spring festival was West Virginia is miles and miles better than they were last year. And they really, really are.
Yeah.
Did Parker just take it? I think the problem is Parker taking really deep breaths after everyone's sentences. Like, all right, great.
And says nothing.
And then does nothing.
Okay,
We can't operate like this.
No, you want to talk about? Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're all talking about money spending and this and that and a whole lot of things, and I love it. Power to you. Spend it if you got it, guys. Like that's awesome. And on 3, Houston's 6th in portal rankings, and 24/7, they're 11th. That's second in the Big 12 on one side, first in the Big 12 on the other. And look, that's adding to what was already a program in the championship game the 3 years we've been in this. Spend your money. I think you got to catch up, guys. I'm like, okay, let's hear about it. Yeah, I'm taking a deep breath. I'm taking a deep breath. Yeah, I am, because I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. Okay.
It sounds like you guys should have easily got the #1 ranked basketball player in the state of Utah then.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We had #1 center in America. Yeah, #1 center is a kid from Guinea. I guess I say in America.
My boy Anthony Felici, all right, Cody?
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. By the metrics, Mosilla most compares to him as far as returning centers next year. If he does what he did over the 16 games last year, your guy, he's like 1%. Your guy's in the 99th percentile. He was in the 98th percentile.
Yeah, but Arfon's not going to start for us. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get him. Hey,
what's his name? I maybe it was your guy last year, the center.
Arfon Diane is the incoming freshman. JoJo Tugler played last year, but that's the thing I'm talking about. Is like
so many good players.
It's a really deep conference. I think that the thing is like you need more than just talent in this conference, and I think that's like having good players is not enough. Like this is a league where like 10 teams have good players. That's the deal. That's the reason it's so hard to win this league.
Yeah. I'm killing it today, Jake. I'm killing it.
It's so good. Yes, to bookend it, there is a big difference in a really good Kansas basketball offseason and a really good Oklahoma State basketball offseason. Those are two programs in different spots. Therefore, the same applies, in my opinion, to Houston. There's a difference in a Houston offseason where we open the show, be super excited. Houston is one of the best programs in America, if not the best program in the last 10 years. Certainly the best program to not win the title, not to rub that part in. But Houston's expectation, unlike the Baylor Bears, Houston's expectation is at a different level than a West Virginia or an Oklahoma State, as it should be until those two schools are in Final Fours or knocking the door down perennially, as Houston and Kelvin Sampson have built. Coming up, where is Cody Campbell's son going to college? That's a real question, and it matters bigly. This is the Dos Grande Squad. Okay, today's show is brought to you by Indeed sponsored jobs. Indeed is exactly where I go when I need to hire for Locked On Big 12, and I hire an intern. I got a text. I have a couple interviews on the books this week. Come on. Workplace chaos, deadlines stacking up. Your inbox is full. That's where Indeed sponsored jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit your job description, exactly what you're looking for. And right now, the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed according to Indeed data worldwide. Spend less time searching, more time actually interviewing, and get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast right now to support our show. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed. Sponsored jobs with Indeed. Okay, this is a bit facetious, but there is a piece of this where we used to have fun. We used to run and play on the Big 12 squad. And then one day we got all serious and started talking about sports. We all need a Cody Campbell. Yep. I think we're barking up the wrong tree here, man. You can get his son, who's being recruited by probably every college in America, to play football for your school. And if you do so, you have unlocked Pandora's box. But Cody's got enough money to support 2 programs. That much I know. And you know who's got a very similar name to Cody Campbell? Cody Stovall. Conspiracy? I think not.
As Jake Hatch would say, yep.
Rumor has it the Campbell family may have a liking in Stillwater.
Hold on. Do we have the new T-Boone Pickens taking over in Stillwater? Is that what we're getting at here?
Cody.
Well, you know what, fellas,
It's more than that, though.
I would love nothing more than to pump this to the end of time. And as you already mentioned it, there's a lot of teams in the Big 12 that are recruiting Cody Campbell's son, right?
Yeah.
He's a viable candidate to in a lot of places. However,
I asked him to be
say,
the Locked On Big 12 intern, by the way. I've also offered Cody Campbell's son a job.
Cody,
You mentioned
Cody
your
Campbell can
that.
only
I haven't gotten a call back.
He can only be so many places at once. And he was in Stillwater. Why is he in Stillwater? Now, he's a businessman, right? He's got a suite. He's got business people. He's probably talking business in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's probably business related, but it could have something to do with his son. Either it's about business and Cody Campbell is a businessman, or Cody Campbell's son is going to make the most intelligent decision ever and come down the road to Stillwater, America. Where's Chris Level when you need him?
He's a businessman, but his son is a business man.
Hey!
That's very good, Hatch.
So, Cody,
yeah.
you can connect the dots for me, though. There are a bunch of ties between Eric Morris and Lubbock that I've always known are there, and I don't know the full details in all of them. But Cody played at Tech. I don't know if there's some crossover there, too. I know Eric Morris is very well loved in Lubbock, and I wonder if there's also some of this, like, hey, my son can go play for my friend in a lot of ways that almost gives them a leg up versus every program not named Tech also, right? Like there is some advantage to the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And again, I fully accept the fact that Cody Campbell's just, he's politicking, he's networking, he's doing what a businessman does. But it's at least fun to speculate that his son likes orange and black better than red and black. Can we, like Drake said, can we not just have fun? Do we have to be serious all the time nowadays? Do we have to be talking about how good Houston is all the time?
I see. And like for me, I'm that quote will never go
so
away.
good.
But the funny thing about it is I'm looking at it from the BYU perspective. Why haven't we offered his son? Like BYU has not done that.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Like, what are we missing? Like, why not get in the sweepstakes?
Baylor, Missouri, Colorado, Duke's in there. Why not? Like Duke basketball is going to be unlocked.
Yeah.
Paul, where's West Virginia for this one?
And that's how Mel Gibson came up with the Passion of the Christ.
Chris Level would probably confirm.
I'll
Paul,
be honest.
You want to jump in the sweepstakes here?
Well, I'll be totally honest. I was thinking about baseball whenever you guys were going over all that. I was
baseball.
thinking about
Paul, you know what connects you and I and has offered Cody Campbell's son, even though neither you or I have. Dana Holgerson and Nebraska have offered
the
Cody
Scarlet
Campbell's son.
himself. Absolutely.
I mean, is that not a great, very
Fighting
Dana Holgerson
Dana.
play?
Dude, he
him
looks
and I-
so
if him and I
old.
trade haircuts. What do we? Hold on, put it back on the screen. Can you get it back? Yeah. If I give him the front of my hair, okay, back to me, and then we. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Dana and I.
Does that mean you have to take the front of his hair?
Oh,
Yeah, exactly, Drake. That's the problem. You might have to trade. Let's trade it.
Oh, yes.
that's so good. I mean, how do you not do that every show?
Ollie
And-
Bravo in the building.
Why do you wear?
You
hats?
want the world to see me?
Not your fault. It's not just a phase, dude. It's a way of life, sir.
This is great.
Don't want to be an
Look
American
how
idiot.
shiny my face is. You know what it's from?
I'm just a teen.
I put some lotion on my face earlier,
It puts
and
the
it
lotion on its
absolutely
skin.
lit me on fire. Like
It
I was like, "What in the
It's just
hell is this?"
Nair. He's just rubbing Nair hair.
Nar, nar.
Yeah, I don't think that was lotion, Paul. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, definitely
you might
wasn't
wanna have that
facial
checked
cream.
out.
Oh,
So-
that's rich.
Yep.
Well, Paul, we'll get you in there. We'll see if Saturdays in Morgantown. Just somebody's going to win the sweepstakes. It's probably Texas Tech.
And the other thing about it is that you mentioned the fact that he can support two different programs. I do wonder how that would go because he's the president of the board of regents for Texas Tech.
Right.
Is a vested interest in the interest of Texas Tech University itself. But then when his son goes somewhere, how much of that gets diverted to wherever he ends up? And if he ends up at Texas Tech, obviously everything's good. But
Right.
I do wonder how
So-
he would split loyalties that way.
Not that it's the same investment because his kids aren't athletes, but the Fertitta family is actually doing the same thing with Houston and LSU right now, where he is a Houston alum. The basketball gym's named after him, right? But his son's an LSU alum, so he will they cozy up to him as well. And it really kind of drives a wedge, I think, between the fan bases more. I think he's got enough money to go around. I think it's the fan bases that get the wedge between them. Now, obviously, LSU has more than just a Fertitta, whereas Houston's got a Fertitta. But that's part of the deal, right? Is that we kind of wish all of it came this way. But
Fertitta tostada. Did that land or no?
Frittata,
Yeah, frittata. Yeah.
You had to keep it going.
It landed. Coming up, the women's Big 12 tennis tournament decided in a shocker. Baseball. It's baseball time. This is the Dose Grande squad.
Oh, he had me.
It is
You
the
got me
Dose
good.
Grande squad for everybody who is an everydayer of any of these shows. You can go to lockedoncougars.supercast.com, lockedonwestvirginia.supercast.com, locked on insert show name here, .supercast.com to flex that everydayer muscle and get ad-free locked on shows by joining the Everydayer Club. It is the Dose Grande squad, and we had we settled into baseball, and this weekend was awesome. It kind of ripped. Like UCF's come back down to earth. TCU's a good baseball team again. West Virginia, Paul, good at
The
baseball.
best team in the league.
Yep. Oh, better than Kansas, you think?
I think we're definitely in the conversation. I really do. I mean, you look at where we're at right now. We're ranked 12th in one, 15 in the other. I really love this team. You've got 5 guys that are close to a 1,000 OPS. That's an insane number, right? Gavin Kelly, obviously the star of this team, hitting 418, 56 hits on the year. He's 5 home runs. His on base percentage is 500 or something. So, I really love him because he's the heart of this team right now. And this is a team right now at 27-9 that is really obviously sorry we just destroyed Houston this weekend.
hey, Houston won the first game of that series.
They
It's not-
got
I
a
mean,
Friday. They got a Friday game.
yeah,
It's true. We still won the series.
New York Mets just called up your entire lineup, MP. That's they need.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not the Mets catching a stray.
But I think this team will be obviously, and Cody had talked about it with me before the year. This team's going to be decided probably like on the pitching, right? We lost one of the best pitchers in the Big 12 to start the year and still have a really good staff. Obviously, Max Yell is the ace of this staff. He's 5-1, 2.4 ERA. Chanson Cole is probably playing the best right now. He's got a 1.5 ERA in all his Sunday starts. As of right now, Ian Corn is also one of the best multi-role pitchers in the league, who has been really good. He pitched 5 innings against Houston. He pitched 2 scoreless the other day against Penn State. And then the bullpen has been incredible with Reese Basinger and company. I think at the end of the day, this is a team that's got elite top end hitting. The lineup depth is really good all the way down the lineup. They've got 3 series wins in a row. And I think this team is really the only thing you could talk about is, unfortunately, Yale is hurt right now, and we can't seem to win on Friday nights. That's really it. but we win the series. We lose the first game of the series for whatever reason.
So I was going to ask, because Houston's had this deal where like they beat good teams and lose to bad teams, and I was going to ask what happened there, because clearly they couldn't beat you the rest of the weekend, but Houston kind of did what they want with the bats on Friday. I scored 10 runs, right? Like that doesn't typically happen for us. That was kind of odd to me. Also, I really don't want to interject because Ian Korn might be the most West Virginia name.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like that's a great West Virginia baseball name right there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird, but he's one of the 3 All-American D2 guys we brought up, right? West Virginia went out in the portal and got 3 Division II All-American guys. That seems to be a strategy that we're using a lot. I don't know how, I'm not as well versed as Cody to know, is that something that's used a lot in college baseball, or is that just more of a West Virginia thing? Going down to D2 and getting their All-Americans and bringing them up, is that pretty commonplace?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that seems to be what they do a lot the last couple of years, and it really pays off. It seems like it translates really well, at least obviously when we do it. But yeah, the Houston series was fun. I don't know. It's that Friday night game for us. We just can't get over the hump with it. But that was a sigh of relief. We just want to keep going. We're 9-1 in the second games of series this year. So obviously, then you've got Chance and Cole's 3-1. Like I said, on Sunday starts with a 1.5 ERA. So you feel really good about Saturday and Sunday if you can just get that Friday taken care of. But at the end of the day, I think West Virginia's got to make sure they lock up Steve Sabins at this point, right? It's pretty obvious. If you can get West Virginia, a cold place that most people don't feel like is a baseball place, right, to be at this level. I mean, we just had it with the Super Regionals last year. We may actually host one this year. It's quite a jump.
I think you just gave Drake his new thumbnail, though, because now you're arguing that we need to bring in more teams from your area to the conference, because clearly the problem is going back and forth to all these places, right? If you played
Louisville,
if you played local
Virginia.
teams, you wouldn't. I think we just gave Drake a whole show.
Yes, it's not clickbait. Stop saying it's clickbait.
I did not say the C word. Do not put that evil on me.
I said it once.
Put that evil on me, Bobby.
That's my C. Tropics off the court. So, Judd Apatow was at a Savannah Bananas game this week, which is the most random thing. He's just hanging out, man. Judd Apatow. Like, all right, great.
You attract all types. I love it.
Salon quality hair and read the news, man. Like that guy got some all timers. Brick, where'd you get a hand grenade? Like that's just at the Bananas games. Awesome. Hatch, you guys are in a really weird spot where it finally cooled off. Everything, it a lot of momentum. There were even national Twitter accounts saying, okay, well, BYU could make the NCAA tournament, can't play on Sundays. What does the NCAA do? I still think that BYU has as good a shot at getting DeBonsa back as they do getting in the NCAA tournament in baseball. Sorry. But it was good while it lasted. And maybe it does catch on toward the end of the year.
Well, that's the thing. They've got to kind of tread water here because, that they came back down to earth against Arizona State. They started off, scored 19 runs in that first game, and then they're like, hey, wow, that offense. But then, they came right back down to earth. I do think that if they can, like what you're talking about, Mountaineer Paul, if you can win 2 out of 3 games, you can win series, you're going to find yourself on the right side of the regional. The problem for BYU is they've gotten above average pitching all season long to this point. My concern is, are those arms going to wear out here in the later stages of the season because they don't have a super deep pitching staff and they've gotten a lot of work out of the guys that they have. I just get concerned that the workload's going to catch up with them here in the final month.
Yeah.
Good, Cody. Hey, you guys have baseball. Don't forget. Come on now.
Dude, our pitching staff is cooked. That's it. Like there was speculation that we'd maybe get a couple of our, top arms coming back. That speculation has been smashed. And we've since lost another pitcher on top of our regular closer who was leading the Big 12 for half the season in close and saves. But yeah, dude, we just don't have a pitching staff left. We're rolling out freshman after somebody that, had been sitting for 2 years. It was never projected to be much of an arm. It's just, we're gorilla gluing the season back together. We hit a lot of bombs still. We hit a
The
lot of bombs.
Chicks dig the long ball. The
That's
strikeouts
right.
are kind of boring anyway.
That's right.
Parker, I think the only saving grace for Houston as it pertains to the Big 12 is that, yes, they suck. Yes, they're the worst team in the Big 12. But Arizona was supposed to be really good. So the fact that they're not makes them the biggest disappointment. You're exonerated by the lack of success by the Wildcats.
Well, and I think also locally people kind of wanted this year to tank because they kind of went the coach out. I think the reason they didn't fire him a year ago was because they
Tank
were
for an early pick. They're trying to jostle
Well,
for draft. They
draft
want
pick
them
of
to tank.
you say that, but firing the coach early means you can kind of get first dibs. I think that, like, honestly, we can bring back up the Kelvin face. That I think that Houston's baseball program probably needed a new coach a year ago, but is still paying Dana Holgerson buyouts and new coaches. Like they're waiting till the right time.
Why don't you just hire Dana to be your baseball coach? You get the same product.
Wouldn't be
you know who's free right now?
You
You
might
know
as
who's-
well,
Hey.
you might as well
free.
put Dana on putty protocol. You know what I mean? If you're going to do that, just put him on putty protocol.
Gundy's nipples were not on my bingo card for tonight.
They should always be on your bingo card.
From,
Here-
well,
yeah,
from
hear
here
me
on
out.
out, they probably
Could she
will
coach
be.
both? Could she coach both? Just Arizona State basketball,
You don't put anything
Houston
past-
baseball.
Molly Miller can do it all. There's no
The real
doubt.
question is Kansas State's coach as hot as Molly Miller? Cody, would you like to answer this on national?
I know nothing.
It's just lips closed.
I don't-
That's Cody. That's Cody.
Rich Rod.
That's a great move. All right,
Man, I
that'll do
fell
it
for
for
that hook, line, and sinker too.
So,
Oh, I was doing an episode. The depth chart has been
depth
released.
chart revealed. That's
Yeah.
great. It's Mountaineer Paul, locked on
Mountaineer
West
Paul.
Virginia. Cody Stillball, locked on Oklahoma State. Parker Ainsworth, locked on Cougs, all things Houston. Jake Hatch, locked on Cougars, all things hot, older ladies, and locked on Big 12. All of us with you. Thanks for making our shows your first listen every single day. This has been, and always will be,
All the
locked
schools.
on the Dos Grande Squad.